Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today in this video I'm going to check the Diatone GTR369S 3-inch 6S racing quadcopter. In this video I'm going to quickly go over its features, show you how to set it up, and then head outdoors and test it out. In terms of specs, the GTR369S is packed with high quality components. On the front you can find the Foxeer Micro Predator 4 FPV camera, and as you can see, its lens is well protected using these plastic parts. In addition, it's using the Diatone MB1408 2800 kV motors, which can handle up to 6S Lipo batteries. On the center of the quadcopter, you can find the Diatone F722 20x20 mini stack, which is based on a 30A BLL32 4-in-1 ESC and an F7 flight controller, which is using the MAMBA 7 firmware and came pre-flashed with Betaflight 3.5.5. On top of the flight controller, connected to this board, which has an onboard capacitor in order to reduce the video noise, you can find the TBS UNIFY Pro. It features, of course, smart audio using the TBS Smart Audio Protocol, supports 48 channels, and has a selectable output strength of 25, 200, 500, and 800 mW. In addition, this VTX is using an IPX antenna connector, which is connected directly to a TBS Triumph antenna, which is well placed inside this 3D printed TPU part. Under the antenna on the back of the quadcopter, you can find a pretty big 470 microfarad 35 volts capacitor. Next to it, a full-sized XT60 battery connector, which you might consider exchanging for an XT30 connector. A high-quality battery Velcro strap is already inserted in the bottom of the quadcopter, and on top of it you can find very bright programmable LEDs. Just like pretty much every quadcopter by Diatone, the GTR369S is only available in a plug-and-play version, which means that you will need to provide your own radio receiver. However, if you are an FrSky user, Diatone are making it really easy for you, as an RXSR plug is already pre-soldered to the flight controller. Inside the box, along with the quadcopter, you can find a sheet of stickers, one set of Gemfen 3052 propellers, plenty of extra screws in different sizes, a bag with 4 nuts for the motors, some zip ties, a connection diagram for the MAMBA F722 mini stack, 2 extra battery Velcro straps in different sizes, stickers for securing the battery on the bottom of the quadcopter, and finally you're also getting a harness for connecting the ESC with the flight controller, and also this buzzer. However, I think that this harness belongs to the older generation of the Diatone products, and if you want to connect a buzzer to the flight controller, you will need to solder it to these pads over here. The weight of the GTR369S, including an FrSky RXSR receiver, is 154.3 grams, so it's pretty light. The thickness of the bottom unibody plate is 4 mm. The width of each arm is 7 mm. Its wheelbase is about 145 mm, and the distance between the front motors and the back ones is 110 mm, and the distance between the right motors and the left ones is 94 mm. In addition, maybe it's going to be hard to notice in the video, but the quality of this carbon is one of the best that I've seen so far. On the back of the quadcopter, next to the mini stack, you can find some extra room to mount your radio receiver, and as you can see, I mounted the FrSky RXSR receiver over here using a double-sided tape. In order to make sure that the IPX antenna connector is not going to be detached, I recommend to apply some glue on it in order to make sure it's going to be properly secured. And I also recommend to secure the battery leads using a zip tie, so in case of a crash, if it's going to be pulled, the battery pads of the ESC are not going to be destroyed. One more thing that you should note is that by default, the smart audio of the VTX is not configured on the flight controller, so if you want to enable it, you need to select the smart audio feature next to your tree, and then it's going to be enabled. The next thing I've done is to head outdoors and test the Diatone GTR369S using the two 850 mAh 4S Lipo batteries and GNB 520 and 450 mAh 3S Lipo batteries that were connected in series in order to create a single 6S Lipo battery. Unfortunately, I can tell you that my experience using my improvised 6S Lipo batteries wasn't that good, and I got tons of vibrations, I talked to Diatone about it, and there is a good chance it's related to the fact that there was vibration caused by the batteries connected in series, and I'm going to perform another test, including a GPS speed test, once I'm going to get the GNB 550 mAh 6S Lipo batteries that I ordered. On the other hand, I can tell you that I had a great experience using the 4S Lipo batteries, and the quadcopter performed great, especially considering the relatively low kV of the motors. And another plus is that you can get about 6 minutes of flight time using an 850 mAh 4S Lipo battery, and you're still going to get enough power, at least in my opinion. So even if you are a beginner, you can just fly this quadcopter on 4S and you can expect very good results. In addition, I can tell you that I really like the picture quality of the Foxeer Micro Predator 4, and the combination of this VTX and antenna from TBS makes this quadcopter a long-range friendly quadcopter, and all you have to do is just to add a long-range receiver, and using it in conjunction with 1000 or an 850 mAh 4S Lipo battery can get you pretty far. So now I'm going to show the flight footage, and as always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section down below. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you like this video, and consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notifications bell if you're not already subscribed. See you on my next videos, and goodbye.